Hello everyone. I had really wanted to record this video inside, but as you can see, I am in my car, but anyway, I just wanted to record this. I guess we'll call this a car talk. I was inspired to have this conversation because I recently had a therapy session with my therapist, and I was talking about being a nice person versus being a good person. And for me, this is something where I honestly have struggled with, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I grew up in a very religious home. And when you grow up in a very religious home, well, at least for me, because I mean everybody's experience may be different, but for me, I was very aware of how people perceive me, and I was very concerned about how people perceive me, and I always wanted to be perceived as a nice person. And I do think that definitely there is a need, you need to have nice people. I mean, being a nice person, being around, when you think of a nice person, you think of somebody that's pleasant and friendly and all of those things. I mean, society needs that, but on the other hand, there is always, at least for me, there's just always been this internal battle where I'm just like, but am I too nice? Am I being too nice? And I think that honestly, there has been many times where I have been too nice, and I kind of because I was so busy trying to be this nice person that I didn't really have boundaries, or I found myself doing things that I really did not necessarily want to do because I was so afraid to say no because I didn't want to be perceived as a person that was not a nice person. But in reality, the truth of the matter is, I think it's better to be a good person as opposed to being a nice person. And that was something that I learned later in life. I'm in my 40s now, but when I look back at people that were allegedly my friends, I initially thought that they were nice people, and they did things that, their actions were nice, they seemed friendly and all of those things. However, a lot of times I discovered that these so-called nice people, they were that way because they had manipulative reasons for being a nice person, or they did these things, but they were not necessarily good people. And I mean, you hear all the time, a lot of cases where people have murdered certain people. I'm just using this as an example. They have murdered someone, and you will hear people say, oh, this person, I can't believe it, they were such a nice person. They were always, available whenever I needed someone to call and all of this stuff. But a lot of times these people that are nice people, it's really an act to get something out of someone else. And on the flip side, for a person that just may be like the way when I was just trying to just be this nice person, I don't think it was for me just trying to be manipulative. A lot of it was because, I guess in some ways it was manipulative because I did want people to like me, but it wasn't manipulative in the sense that it was for a dark reason. It's just that I wanted to be liked. I cared about what people thought of me. And so I did things because I didn't want to be perceived a certain way. So like I was getting ready to say, on the flip side, for a person that does not have any dark motives for being a nice person, I think that often it can become extremely draining for you, because you are constantly doing stuff for other people that you really probably don't even want to do, all because you want to be perceived a certain way. So you get burned out easily, and you tend not to have boundaries, which is something that I struggled with, not having boundaries. So I just think that it's a life lesson that I have learned, and something that I still struggle with. And for example, at work, a lot of times I think that people, they perceive me as a nice person, and often I have found myself in positions where I was doing more for other departments and neglecting my own department. And so something recently that I've had to do is to set boundaries. And at first, it is a struggle when you are a person that, you care about what people think of you because you're trying to be a nice person, but you realize that there is a difference. You can still, it's nothing, you have to just practice saying no. It's nothing wrong with saying no. And that's kind of a start to get you out of that nice girl persona, is to just practice saying no, and to realize that it's okay to say no. It's okay to have boundaries. And it's really mentally healthy to have boundaries. It allows you not to suffer from burnout. So I just think that that's just something that is important, and to look at, to examine, and to know that there is a difference between being a nice person and being a good person. So let me know if this is something that you've struggled with. But I know that I haven't really done any long form videos. It's something that I do want to get back into doing. But there's been a lot of things going on with my kids starting school again and everything. I've been kind of busy, but I am going to try to do more long form videos. I've been uploading quite a few shorts recently because it's just been easy, and as you can see, like, I'm in my car today. But I just wanted to hop on here. I was just compelled to discuss this because I do think that a lot of people struggle with this, and I just wanted to point out the difference. So hopefully someone finds this video helpful. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a ramble, because again, I wasn't really planning on coming on here. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.